Hello everybody, welcome back to a little bit more World of Warcraft. It's kind of odd today. I was expecting it to take like a minute to load like it has done for the past several days. Also, it changed scene instantly. OBS actually working. It's bizarre. Things are actually going good for like the first 30 seconds, which is never usually the case. But anyway, today going to be doing what I've kind of been planning on doing for like the past few days. Kept talking about it, doing the actual Loremaster run, trying to get that achievement done before Shadowlands, which is not too far away now, to be fair. We've only got a couple weeks to do it. I'm mostly going to be focusing on it this week, and then I don't know how much we'll do after that. We'll see. I've got like a vague plan of where we're going, because we've got a couple zones left to do here in Eastern Kingdoms. We've got 2 zones left to do in Outland. We've started a bunch of different zones in Northrend on different characters. So we can kind of just like hot swap between those as needed. But I thought we'd start out using the Marksman Hunter and just clearing these last 2 zones. Because I've done most of the since I've leveled this up, most of the Loremaster stuff I've done with this character. Just because the barrage thing is incredibly broken. Like, the range on this, you can just clear through mountains with it. Because, you know, one of the largest ranged AoE spells in the game isn't AoE capped. So you could just spray it through mountains and kill like 20 mobs in a single barrage. Yeah, no. Well, anyway, hopefully this stream will be a little, I don't know, less weird. I feel like the last couple streams have been a bit odd. Like, I kind of just had a lot of stuff on my mind. Was it Sundays? No, it would have been Saturday's stream. And that kind of just turned into, like, I don't know, depression talk for 2 hours or whatever, while being, like, super happy about somebody else getting into the Yogscast or something. I don't know. It was a weird stream. And then, yeah, the LEGO Star Wars stream was just kind of a mess from start to finish. Not gonna lie. I fucked up turning the Be Right Back screen off, so that was just on the stream for like 20 minutes, I think, while I was doing things in the game. I felt like really anxious and stuff the whole stream, so I was just talking out of my ass and basically saying nothing at all. It was great. It was just a complete fucking mess, but that's fine. Yeah, hopefully the stream will be a little more chill. We're back to playing WoW again. To be honest, the stream I felt like the best about that we've done... Wait, do I need to escort this boy or something? I'm not reading any of this stuff, I'm just gonna follow him and make sure he doesn't die. But the stream I felt the best about lately was probably the Divinity stream. Oh, he literally just disappeared. Okay, cool. Probably the Divinity stream, just because I felt like that was super chill and just kind of the gameplay and me interjecting things occasionally. Oh, Lunk's back. Hey, bud. So what the hell is this thing? It looks like a horribly mutated chicken.
I must get closer.
Stop killing now, Lunk doesn't like that. But we gotta kill stuff, Lunk. It's how we do things, bud. Or do you want me to, like, catch birds or something? They are literally chickens. They're ash chickens.
I am out of range.
They've got to catch them all. Right, what are we actually doing, quest-wise? Oh, it's... Oh, okay. I do need to kill them, but I also need to ride spiders, too? How do I ride a spider? This is why you read quest text. Weaken glassweb spiders so Link can ride them. Oh, that's gonna be difficult. Considering I one-shot them. Maybe if I dismiss the pet and just like barrage it, not barrage, burst shot into a wall or something? That does no damage. That's fun. See, this is the thing I was afraid of, was these quests where it's like, go do something, but don't hurt anything. Like, even my counter shot instantly kills things. Even though the counter shot did damage. But it instantly kills things. I do, however, have a plan for this. I'm assuming the soft foam sword is still as broken as it was when it was... Well, I'm assuming it's as broken as it was during BFA, because I don't imagine they've spent the time to fix it, so... we will have to just unequip all our armor and try and punch a spider down and not murder it. I think that's how I had to do some of the Northrend achievements for the meta thing. The, like... What is it you get for that? Isn't it a Proto-Drake or something?
Congratulations.
I know I did it, because it was a pain in the ass to do, because I had to, like, take off all my armor and, like, sit backwards facing the, mob or whatever. Sure, that picture, that's a nice one. Why not? I forgot I don't actually have this set up on most of my characters. Oh, can't sell that. Right. I just gotta strip down and reveal the monstrosity that is this mechanome. I was actually trying to record something the other night in Borealis for a, hopefully a nicely edited video, which will, hopefully make up for the fact that most of the footage is from during BFA. But, you know, needed it to be nighttime, so I had to wait until the evening to record it. Recorded everything, got a really nice shot, had the camera, like, actually pan in and out in WoW by itself without me really having to do a whole lot. It looked really nice. I can one-shot things by punching them. What in the fuck? Okay. Right, okay. Questionable. I'm gonna have to try the soft foam sword, I guess, just because there's nothing else that I can use. I actually have to click this on a mob. I can't remember how the fuck it works. I thought it just equipped it to my character, but apparently not. And then also, what is the cooldown on the soft foam sword?
I must get closer.
Don't think this works. Oh, there we go. That's the riding animation they chose for that, huh? Sure. Okay, the soft foam sword actually works again, which is nice. It was broken for, like, most of BFA, and I think maybe even Legion? It's kind of crucial for doing, like, this, specifically. Because I out-level stuff so much. This will make doing some of the other meta achievements easier now as well, with this being fixed. And it also means I can put my character's clothes back on, which is nice. I should probably save it as something, sure. In case I ever need that set again. To be fair, I've used that a lot while farming Firelands on my main lately. Which means I can jump in the lava and teleport back to the start rather than having to like walk the whole way around. Which takes ages. Is that all of them? Is my math correct? Yes. Oh, also, there is a quest around there. I'm looking for a giant horn, apparently.
I am out of range.
I was kind of hoping to do this yesterday, and like, if we run out of Loremaster stuff to do, go and do like the Day of the Dead stuff, because I've never done it. Or, even maybe get involved in some of the like 16th anniversary stuff, because I think there's like an old version of a PvP battleground that's available and some other stuff. Seemed kind of fun, but wasn't feeling great yesterday, so I ended up skipping that one. Ended up just watching like shitty old 80s movies, because I've been watching a bunch of things like Red Letter Media and also Booth's like Halloween video she did. So I ended up just sitting and watching a bunch of crap 80s stuff that they've been talking about. In fact, I think the video I watched was something that Simon had talked about before. It was called Hell Comes to Frogtown. It was wild from start to finish. That film is just straight up somebody's like weird sex fantasy from the 80s. Because a summary of the plot is, the main character, you know, our hero, in quotation marks, is one of the last fertile men on Earth, and his job to go out into the wasteland and get women pregnant. It's fucking weird. It's a weird, weird film. Oh, also his dick is technically the property of the government, and he's in a like military issue chastity belt the whole time that tases him in the dick if he gets too far away from his superior officer. Yeah. It's definitely somebody's like weird fucked up fantasy of a post-apocalyptic future. But to be fair, I guess that is just the 80s, isn't it? It's all just somebody's fantasy. Yeah, I ended up watching that, which, to be fair, was kind of a good laugh, because it was just dumb 80s shit, really. I found that Amazon Prime just has a wealth of, like, crappy 80s films. So I'm probably going to sit and eventually watch through most of that. Whoa, what is that? A rare demon horse. Fair enough. I'm looking for Din Whisker. Who is some sort of superior in this place, so... But yeah, no, I want to watch just more of those like dumb 80s films, because they're all just kind of fun. And ridiculous. And nobody seems to really care about what they're doing or anything in it. It's great. No, is that him? Oh, that's a slaver. Guess I'll just kill him anyway. Got any more information on this guy? Oh, literally kill excavators and footmen. Thought I was looking for a specific guy, but nope. Just murder everybody. Cool, that's an easy job. Come on. Oh, I ran out, I should probably reach them. That sucks. Oh right, I kill guys until he appears. Right, okay. It's this quest that is everywhere. I'm sure I've done this, like, this quest specifically in about every expansion at this point. Oh, there he is. Big Boss Din's Whisker on his goat. Oh right, I clicked the weird jelly thing that like fell out of him. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna stream yesterday and like combine a bunch of stuff together, but yeah, wasn't feeling great. Ended up watching that instead. It's really fun. Bizarre, but fun. Unfortunately means I missed out on the Day of the Dead stuff, so I didn't get to do any of that, because it was, like, it's for 3 days. But I'm pretty sure it's already over. Yeah, it just ends at 10 o'clock. It was like 2 hours ago or whatever when it ended, which kind of sucks. I mean, it is the Day of the Dead rather than the half a week of the dead, but still. It would have been nice to take part in it, but oh well. I'm sure I didn't miss out on that much, to be honest. I don't think there's any achievements that tie to it, other than, like, I think there's one for dancing with somebody. Yep, and fight somebody while wearing an outfit. That's literally it. Pretty sure there's not a mount. I think there's some pets, like a skeleton wearing a sombrero or something that I missed, but it's not that big a deal. To be honest, I'm more bothered by the stuff I missed out on during like the Halloween event and stuff. Oh, there's a bunch more quests here. Jesus. Almost missed all of those. Because there was a bunch of like toys and stuff that I didn't get, because I was like just 20 tokens short or something for buying some of them. It was unfortunate. Oh, there's a pet master here. Oh, and that's PvP. If I walk over there, I'm pretty sure. Oh good, kill quests. That's what I like. Oh god, what do you want me to do now, Lurk? Lurk? We can set... Oh, fuck me. You know what, your quest can wait until after I've murdered everything else here, okay? Oh, I actually managed to not kill that one. Okay. I mean, that's one way to do it, I guess. Just sit on their face and hope they pass out. Wouldn't have been my chosen strategy to solve that situation, but fair enough.
I am out of range.
Lunk do got that ass though. Underneath that giant diaper.
Too far away. I am out of range.
I'm hoping that tonight I can actually get that video recorded and done, but this time I need to make sure to like take several recordings potentially of the same shot and stuff, like, you know, actual cinema shit rather than just winging it like I do most of the time. What do I need to do with this one? Gather a sample from the body of a fire elemental. The elemental must still be alive. Gather the sample. Okay, you can't gather it from the tiny ones that already... Do magma elementals count? They do. That one has a name, but I can still gather stuff from... Yeah, this should be a nice, chill stream overall. Well, the other things you want to... Dark Iron Steamsmiths. Yeah, that is the thing you want to sit on, but... You hurt Lunk's feelings when you kill. Well, sit on the guy, you... I literally can't hurt him anymore without killing him. You either sit on the guy, or we leave. Very disappointed in you, Link.
How fortunate.
Ah, oh. A rare doggo. Oh, I see. They don't die. They just go down to 0.1, and then Lunk sits on them. Why are the... What? What? Blizzard? Huh? If you could make these guys go down to 0.1% rather than dying, why didn't you just apply the same line of code to the spiders that we had to go around in circles doing? Why had to sit there waiting for the soft foam sword to charge up, when you could have just done the same thing you did to these guys? Ah. Starting to think these Dark Iron Dwarves are into, we're into something, you know? There's no shame in that, but... Still. A little fucking weird in my video game.
I must get closer.
I do want to do more of the LEGO Star Wars streams, to be honest. That game's just kind of fun. I feel like that LEGO Star Wars The Clone Wars game is kind of what I wanted from the Force Awakens game. I feel like the Force Awakens game kind of just tries to reinvent the wheel. Like, it's LEGO Star Wars, but they had to keep adding extra stuff to make it, like, new and stuff. So they just added a bunch of unnecessary features that kind of, in my opinion at least, detract from the overall product. Whereas the Clone Wars one is literally just the other Star Wars games, but with like updated features and graphics and stuff. Like, it doesn't really change anything, it's just an update on what was already there. Which personally I feel is a much better system. Like, obviously they have to keep innovating and updating and changing things in order to keep bringing in new audiences and making their games feel fresh and stuff, right? That's why Assassin's Creed is like a completely different game now to what it was 5 years ago or whatever, right? If you keep a series running long enough, you need to keep finding ways to make it new and interesting. I get that, but I like the old Lego Star Wars and how that system works. The Clone Wars one is kind of just like the perfect middle ground for me. I want to play more of it. It also kind of lays things out in a nice way, which I guess is part of the updating. Because in the old ones, from what I remember, you had like all the movies in like different areas of the cantina, and you'd go in through doors to each of the chapters of the film and whatever else, right? Whereas in the Clone Wars one, it's all done from like one battle map, but it has like multiple different branching paths that you can go down in different ways that you can like progress the story and unlock different characters in whatever order you want and stuff. Which I mean was kind of already a thing, right? Because you could do it by going in all the different doors and things. Kind of picking the parts of the film, well, picking which films you wanted to go through. Whereas, like, combining it all into one area just kind of improves upon that system. It's just a nicer way of doing it, basically. Yeah, I do also have to remember when I play it again that it is like a game for, well, like 3-year-olds or whatever is the age rating on the box. So I don't need to like overcomplicate puzzles with like trying to find a specific way to do things or whatever else, because 90% of the time, the puzzle's real fucking simple. I think we spent like 15 minutes on a roof just running around in circles because I was like, well, how do I do this bit and this bit and this bit? And it turns out I just needed to break a thing in the middle and build a gun. Like, the simplest solution. And I just like super overthought it and was trying to like break off panels and all the rest of this stuff. Which made me feel pretty fucking dumb at the end of that, but I do only have myself to blame for that one. Cool, I get buffed for an hour. I increased my stamina by 15. Wow. Although, actually, 15 isn't a bad number now, is it? No, it's not. I'm still on, like, BFA numbers, where every piece of gear gave you, like, 400 stamina or whatever. At the end of BFA, the numbers were just stupid. Like, in the course of, what, 10 levels, you'd go from having, like, 3,000 or 30,000 health up to 400,000, and it was like, what? Like, why is this much of an insurmountable curve? It was just unnecessary. But I'm glad they kind of scaled everything back. I just hope they don't do the same thing in Shadowlands and, like, ramp up the numbers so much as the expansion goes on that when every little bit of the, Got a quest somewhere else here that I haven't got. Try flying back to the other place. But yeah, I just don't want it to be so every patch is like another expansion's worth of content you have to play through and grind out gear again. Like, I don't really mind the grinding too much. It's an MMO. There's going to be some grinding in it, right? But there's a level of that where it just gets dumb and I don't want to do it. Because after a certain point it kind of detracts from the progression itself, because you're just constantly doing the same loop over and over again to achieve the same thing you already achieved, because the game just decided that your gear is now shit. Oh, well, I explored the Searing Gorge. Can't find the bloody quests, though. Right, let's wowhead it like we did last time. Let's Seat of the Brotherhood, right? Fly back over here. Come on, and wowhead seat. I also didn't make the mistake of drinking coffee while streaming this time. Oh, this is the thing I haven't done, because it has no quest marker. I got one more assignment for you. This one comes straight down from the Overseer himself. He was pretty shook up once he heard that the Archduke you discovered. He's asked for us to hunt down 3 Twilight Ministers that work over in Firewatch Ridge to the west, Kiyunbi, Letherio, and Finster. They each carry some special rock. Combine all 3 and bring them back. Okay. Find unlabeled people on a map somewhere, maybe. Love it when this does quests like this. I'm assuming Wowhead will probably tell me where they are if I look hard enough. This is the Firewatch Ridge, though. Wait, is Firewatch Ridge actually just this area over here? It's all of this, like, rocky mountaintop area, actually. Apparently. Oh, I have one of those pieces already. Right? I have Finster's thing. Which means they were back over this way somewhere. Yep. The cave? Twilight Dark Shaman's in here.
How fortunate.
There's also a rare shale spider by the looks of it. Something. Oh, it's a scorpion. Nice. I do appreciate that most of these drops are, Ah, there he is. Minister... Oh, Minister Letherio. Yeah, I appreciate most of these, like, rare drops are, bind when equipped rather than just bind on pickup, like they are in, is it WoD, where all the rares are, like, bind on pickup? If you're actually progressing through with your, like, main or whatever to collect stuff or do Loremaster or exploration. Yeah, you just can't use half of it. Because it just gets stuck in your bag, so you have to sell it for, like, 50 copper or something, because it's all worthless. Unless it's equipped. Speaking of which, I've got some new stuff in here. Ah, a precision shotgun. Perfect. It's just a blue shotgun, but I see. Blue makes things more accurate. This is oh, okay. The other one is inside the cave as well, apparently. So where did I miss this guy in here? Is there another, like, chasm or something around here? Oh, there he is. Nice. And then combine them? Cool. I should just have Wowhead up at all times during these streams for, like, the next week, I think. I would have pushed this back to next week, but I am actually busy, like, all of next week. I'm not actually sure how I'm going to be streaming next week at all, to be honest. It might be super early for, like, an hour or two, like, shorter streams, I don't know. Just because, me and a friend are doing a game jam thing for, like, the week, so... I will have to see when I can stream during that time. I would just stream, you know, the actual game making process, but I feel really awkward about, like, showing stuff I'm working on to people. Which sounds dumb, but just always been a thing. How the hell do I get down there? Yeah, I always just felt kind of awkward about sharing things I'm working on. It took a lot of effort to get past that to even do the Photoshop stream. And that I didn't mind so much because it was just dumb making shapes or whatever, mostly. Like, it wasn't really anything super complex or that I could mess up or whatever. Whereas I feel... Oh, okay, it's one of these quests. But yeah, I still feel like super awkward about doing that with He's on a sentry brazier. Doing that with like more important things that I actually work on a lot. It sounds weird, but yeah. Might need to read some more quest text in a second. Oh, okay, I guess I kill the lookouts and one of them has a sentry brazier, right? Or they just drop bullets. Either is possible. I'd have thought there'd have been one up here, you know, considering they walk around up here, they'd need light at night. There it is, yep. Jesus, almost dropped off the cliff. I forgot I don't have, you know, magic powers like playing my druid where I can just turn into a bird halfway through falling. I do need to finish leveling the druid at some point as well, actually. And the other hunter, probably. Because I do want to have at least one hunter that is in, like, the perfect covenant, whatever that turns out to be. Just in case I want to actually, you know, do some high-end stuff or whatever, right? But that's why I created several different hunters, so I can still play the things I want to play, but also I have a thing that I can do things at high-end if I need to, sort of thing. It allows me to do everything without, like, you know, losing out on one or the other. I should really just not press 3. I'm just kind of used to speedrunning stuff on my main, where 3 is barbed shot, I think, from memory. So I can always alternate between, I think it's Cobra shot and barbed shot. Whereas in this character, it's just arcane shot. Oh, I also started watching. I only watched like the first 10 minutes or whatever, because then I think the Slag stream started or whatever, so I switched over to that. But I started watching the new like ghost hunting thing on Amazon Prime with God, I can't remember their names now. It's the guys who did like Hot Fuzz and stuff. Simon Pegg and the other guy. That feels real bad. I can't remember his name. But those two, and they're doing like a kind of comical ghost hunting show. It seemed pretty good from what I watched. It was quite funny. I do want to watch more of that. Probably after the stream, to be honest. I'll probably do that while I build up a 3-dwarf conga line. What is this quest? There we go. I mean, one of them's the wrong way around, but we tried, boys. We tried. So I could have just flown up here, but that's fine.
You got my attention. Watch your back.
But yeah, I'll probably do that after after the stream. We'll make thumbnails and stuff. Of which I don't actually know how I'm going to do the thumbnail for this, because if WoW Model Viewer was working, I would probably just make another meme. Because it turns out if you put just a meme in the thumbnail, it actually does pretty good. Funny that. But WoW Model View is fucked, so I can't do that one. So I'm just going to have to figure something out that vaguely fits. To be fair, I could, like, you know, horribly morph the pictures I do have of Boris with Photoshop and try and replicate the meme that way. Which might end up in some freaky Halloween shit, but still. I mean, I'm in the cauldron. Oh, okay. This weird-looking cave? Oh, this is fine. We're going into the slack pits. Probably where I belong, to be honest. What are we actually doing down here? Secure entrance. Speak to Thorium Point Flightmaster, then use Blackrock flying machine guns to kill cauldron defenders until the area is safe for entry. Oh. Gotta go get a helicopter. Let's see. Where the fuck do I get a helicopter? Oh, Thorium Point, right? I love these quests. It's literally how, like, fucking Mr. Pandaria starts. You fly in on a gunship and just shoot down all of the orcs. Like, that's a quest. Just straight up. Gunning down hordes of orcs. To be fair, that is a summary of pretty much every fantasy game to some degree. Apart from, like, Skyrim. The orcs aren't really bad guys in Skyrim. But in pretty much every other fantasy thing, orcs are bad guys. This isn't even a helicopter, this is just... I'm just shooting glowy balls on. Are we done? They're all dead. Apparently. Oh, now we're flying into this. Okay. I thought we were going to fly through the slag pits with our helicopter, but no.
What's on your mind?
So is he wearing, like, fancy Dark Iron Dwarf armor? Oh. Oh, actually, no. That helmet is the thing I thought it was. That's quite cool gear, actually. Slavery is bad. True. Wait, what? Wait, what was that quest? Free slave workers. If they resist, kill them. Like, what? Aren't we supposed to be, like, I don't know, rescuing them? Or trying to, like, subdue them? Not just straight up... Oh, no, yeah, okay, just... straight up murder. Fair enough. Feels like maybe we could have solved the situation by, I don't know, bringing some nets or something? Like, if they start resisting being freed, then we just, like, throw a net over them and, you know, problem solved? Once they're, like, you know, out of the caves, we can try and calm them down and solve the situation rather than just straight up murdering them in the cave, but okay. Guess this is how Dark Iron Dwarves do things. They literally deal in absolutes. Oh, God. Still so fucking tired. I tried, like, actually, you know, going to bed at a normal time, trying to get extra sleep. I just ended up, like, tossing and turning for, like, an hour, so I pretty much ended up going to sleep at the same time as I do anyway. And then I ended up waking up feeling just as tired, if not more. So I have no idea. My solution is just more caffeine, but I feel like that's probably not going to solve the situation. Also, I really like the design of this zone. It reminds me of Fallout New Vegas. Not Fallout New Vegas. Fallout 4, I think? Where there's like the big stone quarries and stuff. I mean, this is a stone quarry, I imagine, so that would explain things, but, you know. Which kind of makes me think about Fallout 4, which I have been thinking about a bit, which probably doesn't help that I then watched a post-apocalyptic film from the 80s. But I do kind of want to go back and play Fallout 4 again at some point, or maybe 76 or something. I don't know, 76 has still got like a weird thing in my head, because it's like, it's a multiplayer game that if you want to play through the story, you have to play solo. Which still seems dumb to me.
Too far away.
Like, I don't necessarily dislike 76. Some of the business practices around it are real bad. Don't get me wrong on that one, but like, the actual gameplay loop I don't mind too much. It feels a bit kind of like New Vegas crossed with 4 in terms of its like gameplay loop. Obviously New Vegas has a lot more RPG elements and stuff tied in, but it's a big ass open desert with, there's stuff like spread around, but a lot of it is just big open space, right? Because it's set in the Mojave. And 76 kind of feels like that. Like, it's a big open space just filled with crap, and you're kind of just free to explore it and find what you want, but you also have to, like, repair your guns and find ammo like you did in New Vegas, more so than in 4, but it has, like, the 4 gunplay, which, personally, I prefer. I know a lot of people don't, like, super like 4 because it's simplified a lot of the RPG stuff, and I can agree with that. I really like the RPG stuff in New Vegas. But it's the same thing as, like, Mass Effect Andromeda for me, whereas, like, the actual... some of the things in the game aren't as good as in the previous ones, right? But the actual gameplay loop, like, the bit that you do, the fighting, the combat, and all the rest of that stuff just feels better in 4 than in New Vegas, and Mass Effect Andromeda feels better than 3. But then there's, like, you know, all the other issues surrounding it. But yeah, 76. Not terrible, in my opinion, to be honest. It's just kind of... how do I put it? Not super well made. Like, there's just weird design decisions that don't really make any sense. To me, personally. I'm assuming there was a reason and justification behind them, because they will have to have written a reason and justification behind them when they made their GDD and stuff for the game, but like, it still feels odd. Like, I feel like it's because some of the stuff, like the single player stuff they added in afterwards, like the actual storyline thing, was added in after, like it wasn't their intention originally. So it kind of doesn't gel with the actual design of the game super well, because it wasn't intended to be in the game until way later. And they had to stuff it in there to make it work, because it's what the, you know, the fans wanted from the game in the first place.
Watch your back.
And to be fair, I did. But I also wanted to be able to play it in multiplayer with, you know, the person I used to play 76 with all the time. Not have to replay every mission twice just so we can actually play things together because they decided to not let you sync your progress together. It is a guy all the way down there. But yeah, I might go back to 76 just to, like, play through the story, I guess.
How fortunate.
If not, I wouldn't mind going back to, wouldn't mind going back to 4 at some point and playing, like, some more modded stuff, maybe? Because there's a lot of good, like, modded quest lines and stuff in Fallout 4. I used to do a series on the channel, weirdly, where I played them. So I know there's a lot of good, like, fan-made extra content in that game, so it might be worth going back to at some point. It's gonna be kind of tight fitting everything in now, like, streaming-wise, because obviously I've got the Game Jam thing next week, which is gonna take up, like, a week's worth of time, so I don't know how many streams I'll get in that time. It's a good job I'm kind of, like, ahead on streams as it is, because it means then I can kind of just fill those gaps if I'm not streaming without, like, too much of an issue. It means there's gonna be, you know, not as many streams over here, which sucks, but like the people who watch on the YouTube side, there'll still be content to watch, right? Is this a I need to loop all the way back around, or is this a go back to the surface? I need to go all the way back up to the top? Right, okay. Well, what's the quickest way up? Oh, also, that's a thing. With the LEGO Star Wars stream that I did, it turns out that the cutscenes in that game are copyrighted. Which makes sense, right? Like, they're full animations that have been done by somebody. They are property of the company that made them and stuff. But it's the first time I've ever received, like, a copyright claim on a video from the video itself, and not, like, you know, the music. Because I made, like, care to go and make a Star Wars music playlist, specifically so I could play Star Wars music in the background that was all royalty-free, and, like, fan-made stuff. But, you know, turns out they just copyrighted the whole videos, all the cutscenes, so it just gets copyright claimed by LEGO anyway. That's fine, I guess. I mean, none of my stuff's monetized, so it doesn't matter too much. But it's just a thing of, if I ever want to monetize stuff in future, I'd like to be able to, and not be, like, pinned down by companies immediately, but apparently that is the case. Nice! I didn't even realise we'd gone through half the quest lines. Damn, fair enough. Well, onwards and upwards to the Eastern Plaguelands we go. Have we got a flight path up there? We do not. So it's the long flight to the Eastern Plaguelands. But yeah, the literal cutscenes are copyrighted, which is so strange to me. Like, I'd never expected that. It's just something I've never seen before. But it does make sense. Oh, also the part of the Mandalorian sound, like the intro theme thing, just the symphony of it is also copyrighted. Like, Disney is weirdly particular on all of their copyright stuff, which I guess makes sense. They've got a lot of money, they can enforce it. But it's like the symphony of the song, like the very opening bit, I can't remember it off my head. But like the very opening bit of the Mandalorian theme is copyrighted. So even if you like take a fan-made version of that has been redone by them. Just because it has the same, like, opening bit, because obviously it's a cover of the Mandalorian theme, it's copyrighted. Disney, eh? They just copyright literally everything. To be fair, I guess a lot of companies do. Because I think even, like, the Superman logo is copyrighted. So, like, you can have the diamond, but if you put an S in it, then immediately it's owned by Warner Brothers or whatever. Because it's the Superman logo. And I'm sure DC and Marvel had, like, a weird dispute about that, like, years ago. I think it was to do with, like, Marvel or whatever, because he looked like Superman or something. Which I think was one of the factors why he got replaced by Captain Marvel. But, you know, weird copyright shit. It affects everybody, apparently, who makes things. Oh yeah, when we flagged PvP for flying through, yeah. Ah. That is something I still haven't looked up as well. There's an add-on for LVUI that adds, like, the silver dragon, gold dragon thing to these, and I want to get that. I need to remember to do that after the stream. Because it does seem super useful, because I really don't like the way that LVUI does it by default. Where it just puts a plus or an R next to the name if it's an elite or a rare. I mean, thankfully I have the Silver Dragon add-on anyway that just, like, pops up whenever it happens, but it would be nice to be able to just click on it and be like, oh, okay. That's a rare, or that's an elite, or whatever. And the Blizzard system does make it a lot more noticeable, and just, like, you can see it at a glance as opposed to, like, having a look and check the name to make sure there's not letters at the end of it. Which is a little more fiddly. Flagged for another 4 minutes, cool. There's definitely not going to be a Horde player that just fucking dive bombs me and instantly kills me in the middle of Eastern Plaguelands or anything like that. Why is Eagle Eye on my bar twice? I think we're flying over Western Plaguelands right now? Yep. You should probably adjust course ever so slightly. Oh, it's a Nightborn Death Knight. Right, let's just hover here for a minute. In fact, I'm gonna use this time to just, like, go for a quick bathroom break while I wait for the PvP timer to run out, so I'll be back in, like, 5 minutes. hello everybody. Sorry, I was gone a bit longer than I actually expected to be. I'm back to the LVY AFK screen, which still would like options to modify that. Still kind of weird.
The only honest merchant's a Gilnean merchant.
Pick this up as well. I do feel like that. I feel like it's kind of odd with the LVY like AFK screen thing. Like everything else in LVY is super modifiable, right? Like you can change everything, you can custom code stuff and all the rest of it, and then the AFK screen is just on or off. There's no like options or settings for it, it's either just it's a thing or it's not a thing. I don't know why. Really nice to just like have extra useful information displayed on there that you can just glance at as you like walk past your PC or whatever. Because generally if the AFK screen has come up, it's because I'm like doing something else. Like I've just walked away and left it playing. So it'd be nice to like glance over and be like, oh, I need this much XP to level up if I go back and play again, or I need this or that or the other, like, you know, just useful information, not just the guild I'm not in and the realm I'm on. Like, it's not really information I can use for anything. It's just random facts that don't apply to me. It's odd. Looping back around to the Mandalorian stuff we were talking about earlier. I started rewatching the latest episode this morning, like while I was having my breakfast and stuff, once I'd finished, you know, hoovering half the rooms upstairs. Which, on a completely off tangent from that, Henry Hoovers, really good at hoovering, a pain in the ass to move anywhere. They get stuck on literally everything, and somehow the cables on them tangle themselves round each other when they're perfectly flat on the floor, and I don't get it. I don't get how there's still, I think it says on the box, like 1,000 in circulation or whatever that are still working, and it's like, how? I'm sure I've bashed this thing into like several different bookcases. Probably several walls at this point. And I can confirm I wouldn't mind bashing it into more stuff, because it's really bloody irritating moving it around. But Mandalorian. There's a scene kind of early on-ish, because I rewatched it because I just wanted to see if I'd like missed anything in the background or whatever, you know. Marvel just hiding stuff all the time. Well, you know, Disney, owned by Marvel, whatever. I just wanted to see if there was anything like, you know, just poking around a corner or hidden in the background, whatever else. The R5 unit that the, like, mechanic woman has? Is that supposed to be, like, the same one that blows its lid when Luke is, like, getting R2? Because it has, like, a weird oil stain and stuff coming out of the one panel on its back. And the camera spends, like, a while just focused on that area. Which I don't know if it's just a coincidence with them, like, setting up the shot for the planet, or what, but it feels weird. And I'm kind of curious if they've actually, like, made that a thing. Because I'm sure in the old, like, expanded universe thing, that droid is, like, force sensitive or whatever. Which is why it like blows itself up to make sure that Luke gets R2 or whatever, right? Which I think it also has something in its head, which would explain the like weird oil stain and things. So I mean, I could just be reaching, but I feel like those are a thing. I'm kind of curious just how many other like weird little references and stuff there are. Especially because we're supposed to be getting, what, like, a bunch of extra characters popping up this season, and potentially other characters that they haven't, like, directly announced casting stuff, because, I don't know, I don't want to go into, like, too much detail on it, because I don't want to spoil things for anybody, because I really love the series and encourage anybody else to watch it. Obviously, they cast a bunch of characters who are like other big names to show up in this show at some point this season. So I'm curious if we're going to get other characters showing up and how many like little references there are going to be to them in the background of other shots and stuff. Because there's, you know, the kind of not very subtle big reveal at the end of this episode. So I'm wondering if stuff like that's going to be a running theme. I'm super excited for just more of the show, I think. And obviously there's only one new episode so far, so I've only got like one thing to kind of... Wait, do I have to fish for this quest? Oh, also this is the really loud song, so it's just like, you know, skips the next one. Fine. Don't want to put anybody's ears through that. I don't even know if I have fishing on this character. But I was wondering if you might do me one last favour. My pal Fiona runs a small shop and she could probably use some of these herbs that... Oh, okay, it's herbs. I was wondering why the, you know, the thing was just the river. So I was going to fish. Oh no, herbs. Okay, cool. Seems fine. I was talking a bit earlier again, kind of trying to fit everything in now. Obviously we have like the one Divinity stream a week or whatever, which has been fun. I'm kind of tempted to actually like maybe do more of that. I know it's like doing terribly on the YouTube side, but generally speaking it does pretty good on the Twitch side. And I also just really enjoy playing that game and kind of want to play more of it, rather than like breaking it up as much as I am. Because it's kind of what I did with Gears when I started streaming like a year ago. Again. And because I'd spread it out so much, I would lose interest in what I was doing in the game because it had been like a week since the last time I picked it up or whatever. Which I'm sure is a bad trait of mine, but if I leave games for too long, I generally sort of lose interest in them. Generally speaking, if I'm super like gripped on a story, I will read it. Oh, you know, I will play the thing from beginning to end without really putting it down, sort of thing. Like I did with Bioshock Infinite and Horizon Zero Dawn and stuff. Kind of Spider-Man too, actually. Yeah, when I'm streaming it and kind of breaking it up so much and doing it on like a weekly schedule and stuff, it's good, but obviously I lose interest and that's not good. So I was considering like maybe this weekend doing like 2 Divinity streams following on from each other. Cool, we just ride on a caravan. Nice. This is a fun quest line. I haven't had time to fix that yet either, thinking about it. I was rewatching a couple of the streams back just to like check things visually and noticed that since the LVUI reset and stuff, some of the text like on the nameplates and stuff is too small, so when things get compressed down and bitrate and all the rest of it, like it becomes kind of hard to read the nameplate text and things. Which isn't super important information, like generally speaking. My characters' names aren't really a secret. I feel like everybody knows them. And then also, the thing I'm killing doesn't generally matter that much. Not a big issue, but it's something I'd like to improve at some point. I won't do it on stream because it's kind of a fiddly pain in the ass to do with LVUI, but it's what it is. I noticed my character isn't actually wearing his clothes. Where's his tabard? There we go. He just has weird shirt underneath rather than actual clothes. It was odd. We got any male stuff that's any good? No. Fair enough. Also, I don't know why. Isn't it here to like... I mean, this is already showing old quests, right? It's showing trivial quests, but I can't see it above their heads for some reason here. But it was doing it in Searing Gorge.
Spread the good word, eh?
I'm just gonna have to try and follow the minimap and hope that I find the right person. Because they don't show up above their heads now, for some reason. Who knows? Actually, isn't this... This is where the thingy event takes place, isn't it? The, oh, it's there. The Shadowlands pre-patch, like, mission. To kill Nathanos? Takes place, like, right over here. Because, yeah, there's all Nathanos' dogs here, and then he's on this, like, rock. I remember doing that on the PTR, but it, barely worked. I'm pretty sure Blizzard accidentally put it in the game for a little bit as well. Like, you could actually go and kill him. Oh, good, it's this bugged out quest again. Find Pamela's doll. And obtain Joseph's hunting blade from the lone hunter in Eastern Blakelands. Okay. Go upstairs, I'm guessing. That makes sense. Yep. Okay, thanks, bud. Don't worry about it. I might have made you get, like, literally 2 XP. Also, I didn't get the doll when I did that. I picked up the doll, but all it did was summon a ghost. Huh? Okay, I guess I'll go somewhere else and see if I can find it there. And not murder. Oh, there's one here too. Oh, okay, I guess. Oh, I'm building it again, I see. Which pieces have I got? The right side and the body. Oh, the head. Did I get any of that for that? I guess it was the piece I already had, maybe? That's the head again, which I already have. Left side, there we go. The bit I don't have.
Congratulations.
Nice. I feel like the lore of this place is probably super interesting, and I've just been kind of skipping over it in the attempt to kind of move through it.
Congratulations.
That was cool. Impaled ghost wolf. I should have checked whether it said beast or undead, to be honest, before I killed it. That'd have been a cool pet. I was gonna say, I don't know why the game's bugging out so much, but it seems like Fiona's caravan just covers things up on the map. So, kind of awkward. Also, yeah, there's more quests here that I can't see until I go up and talk to them. What is it with the fucking music today and just ramping up for no fucking reason? I mean, that's too quiet. Try and keep everything around the same level, and then just YouTube decides, nope, we're just going to increase the volume because you're not looking at this anymore, are you? Wait, Chromie's here? Oh yeah. He's just walking into a wall. You're not from the future, are you? Actually, I very much am. Is there another quest in here? I'm just having to squint into the mini-map with just the 20 icons on top of each other and hoping I can find the quest marker. How does this happen? Like, every stream, something just goes horribly wrong. So it's very bright up here. How do you stand up here, like, at all? Right, what do we need to do? Find a traveling companion.
What are you looking for?
Oh, this guy also has another quest. Wait, does Chromie have more quests? No, I've got all those. I should probably grab this. In fact, even the markers with those guys' heads are wrong. Right, okay, I'm gonna log in and out and see if I can fix this. Because even the Flight Masters weren't showing up as having... Oh, this doesn't count as a safe zone. Wonderful. Hey. But yeah, that was just broken. Even the Flight Masters didn't have icons above them. I was wondering if it was like an LVUI option that had been turned on and I hadn't realised, like, Trivial Quest was being hidden or something. But it couldn't have been, because we were picking up Trivial Quest in Searing Gorge and it was fine, and then also the Flight Master was broken. So it had to be something either to do with the AFK screen, or flying as far as I did. Maybe like popping too many zones as I went kind of messed with it or something. Maybe. It's the only theories I've got. Maybe.
Congratulations.
Wait, what? Oh, dungeon quests, right, okay. Because they're just hand-in ones. I was wondering why I just got like a bunch of quests completed. In fact, let's go do the ones down here first, then loop back. Let's go get somebody's head, apparently. And the skull of Horgus, and the shattered sword of Marduk. And then kill bats. Seems like a fitting quest right now. Oh, these are zombie trolls. I thought they were zombie worgen for a second. Oh, these are the guys that ate a undead bear or something dumb, right? I was smart enough not to eat undead grain, but undead bear? Yeah, that's fine. Great plan. Obtain extended owls of Darashir from Carolyn Redpath, and obtain Daryl's Librum and Redpath's shield from Marisnet. Well, this was like Nathanos' house. Why do you have all these like artifacts? I think he'd have any space with all his like fucking Sylvanas memorabilia.
What brings you here? A shaft alight,
God.
goddess watcher.
What did I need to kill these guys for? Something. A fetid skull, apparently. Oh right, I shoot down the plague spears. Interesting. Not sure what I do with all these skulls, but I'm getting them. Requires... what? Plague Disseminator control rune. Right, okay, I've got to find their control runes? Very confusing. I'm gonna use plants to destroy ziggurats. That actually makes more sense than anything else that's going on right now. Be careful of all that blight, I guess, while you grow in there. Oh, I have control runes. I got them from the cultists, I think. The only problem with just spamming quests is I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. Ever. Which, to be fair, isn't really anything new, but slightly more so than normal, I guess. There's one right above me. There you go. Feels like it would cause just as much bad as what it's doing already. Because we're literally causing them to explode on the ground and spew all of their gas out anyway, so... the end result is still the same.
Congratulations.
What's that weird animation where he's just sort of hovering around? I mean, just from reading, like, the subtitle bit of it, basically, I can't see any quest that requires me to use these skulls, so I'm very confused with that film. Unless they're like a bonus hand-in thing, maybe? Oh, it's part of a Chromie quest that isn't tracked. That's why. I don't understand this. I don't understand why any of the quests in the game aren't tracked to something new. Like, we have a system in place that literally guides us to the exact location on height difference and stuff now. They spent all that time improving the system just to go, oh, well, we can't be asked to fix any of these quests we made like 10 years ago, so, good luck.
I must get closer.
I do understand it is on me to, like, read the quest text and stuff, but when you've got 50 quests to get through in a zone, I don't want to sit and read every bit of quest text, I just want to do the quest.
I am out of range.
Just give me a checklist, basically, and I'll get it done.
Too far away.
To be fair, I haven't seen anything that's quite as bad as the, that Burning Crusade quest we did. Where it gave us directions to go somewhere, but it gave us directions to go to somewhere. It gave us directions to go to the place we were supposed to go to, but it used all the wrong names on the, like, description of how to get there. It was basically like giving someone directions to a place, but giving them all the wrong street names. So you just have to guess that maybe you're in the right place, because it's not marked on the map anywhere, and it doesn't tell you the correct location. Also, do we not have 5? We have exactly 5. I need to bring resonating skulls. Well, what do I do with fettered skulls, then? Skulls from the Scourge who took part in the Battle of Darashir. Take the crystal and hunt Scourge and the champions as skulls. Crystal is enchanted if a champion took part in the battle, then you pass the crystal over its skull. It will resonate. Bring me those resonate. Oh, bloody hell. I just got bloody bone dust. So now I gotta go back. Just stare into the sun, shall we? Yep. Let's all celebrate, I guess. I'm fucking blind now, but that's fine. Party time. I'm not sure what would be a better solution for my, like, sleep problem currently. I'm just thinking it through my head of, like, going to bed early doesn't really work. Because, like I mentioned, I either end up just, like, tossing and turning for hours, or I just end up waking up just as tired anyway. So I'm wondering if the solution is just to get up later. Which I don't like doing, because I like having all the extra time in the morning, but I don't know, being exhausted for just the rest of the day kind of fucking sucks. As much as I don't mind being, like, you know, kind of more low energy on stream so much, because I think that's kind of my just personality, I'm not that high energy most of the time. But I would still like to be, you know, somewhat present and not like the last couple streams, which were just weird because I was I don't know, just kind of overthinking a whole bunch of stuff for one, and then also just being like half dead because I just had no sleep. It was kind of an interesting time. Right, we got any more resonating skulls? Nice. In fact, I think I still need to take my like vitamin D stuff today. That might also help. Because apparently lack of that can make you tired. Also lack of iron, and human beings are not well designed things, are they? Like just anything can break things. Oh god, where's this other one? First speak with Carlin and obtain the extended annals of Darashir. Ooh. Oh god, I've got to fly into the sun again. Is it you? No, you're Argus. Really? This guy's named Argus. Did anybody think to maybe question that? Okay. His name's Argus. Oh, he's Carlin. Right, okay.
Greetings.
Do you have an extended Annals of Darashir? There we go.
A good one.
Well, also, I just noticed at the top of that tower there's parachutes. I feel like that should be standard issue at the top of every high place in WoW at this point. Place the relic bundle at the Darashir town square. Prevent Davil Lightfire's death until the death of Hoggus. Or Horgus? Prevent Captain Redpath's death until Redpath the Corrupted appears. Defeat Redpath the Corrupted. Speak with the spirit of Joseph Redpath when he appears in the town square.
It's been a pleasure.
I feel like this is just a simplified version of the Chromie questline, isn't it, from Legion? Which I don't think I've ever completed yet. It's like a weird time trial where you have to like defend her and stop a whole bunch of things from happening in like 7 different places at the same time. Pretty much this. Nope. I mean, I'm trying. There's a lot of them. Think I managed it?
Too far away. I am out of range.
Oh, now I have to protect this guy specifically. Right.
I must get closer.
Oh, that was a servant of whatever his face. Yep, there's another one. I do like the weird, dodgy undead animation where they're like crawling out of the ground, but they're just sliding along the floor. I don't feel like that'd be that difficult to stop either, because you just make them stand still until the end of their animation plays. Even potentially just make them undamageable until that animation has finished, so that way, you know, you can't break it or abuse the, like, game by just punching the crawling undead before it gets out of the ground. I'm looking forward to having more, like, undead storyline stuff to play through.
I am out of range.
I feel like the Scourge is one of the more interesting, like, big enemies we've had to fight in the game. I'm kind of interested to see if they resolve the whole new Scourge invasion thing during pre-patch, or if that's going to be something that's kind of left open until we get back. Like, it's a matter of we have to go into the Shadowlands and just leave Azeroth in the hands of, like, the Ebon Blade and... who are the other guys? Argent Crusade? No, I have to talk to somebody apparently. Yeah, I'm curious if they just leave that open and are just like, we'll try and handle it while you go and fight the big bad guy and maybe things will be fine. Or if they're actually gonna, you know, create a new Helm of Domination, or if that's gonna be part of like our plotline in the Shadowlands. Because, I mean, we are meeting, what is his name? The Rune Carver or Rune Maker, whatever, the guy who made the original Helm of Domination, and, Frostmourne, Shadowmourne, all those, you know, the cool rune weapons, right? I'm curious if that's going to be the solution we arrive at, that we have to make a new one to bring it back to stop the Scourge on the other side. Wait, that tied things up here, but I still have to find a new companion. We might as well see if anybody's headed to Light's Hope. The more the merrier, I say. Ask around, see if anybody wants to join us. Oh, okay, cool. Pretty sure he had a text option to ask, right? Are you interested in joining a caravan? I think I'd prefer to stay here. Okay. I'm pretty sure he's already in the caravan, right? He is. I'm pretty sure the Flight Master isn't going to leave. You want to come? Nope. He's afraid of horses. Interesting. Do you want to come, Kuromi? Oh, disappointing. What about you? Yay! Cool. Just stare into the sun for a couple seconds. There we go. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Our enemies will fall.
Cool. We off to the next place, Fiona?
How may I help you?
The trek continues. Board Fiona's caravan when you're ready to move to the next
Cheers, mate.
tower. Argus's journal. Did we do that one already? Written within the journal several accounts of Argus's experiences during the tenure in the Crusade. My English. It should prove to be an interesting read while on the road. Okay. Sure. The dwarf's just stuck on the top. Oh, spicy drama. They've both got a thing for the wolf woman. That's cool. This guy's like the builder and engineer. What was that? Apparently I'm just carrying his book now. That's a thing. I just noticed that it's in the top corner.
Buying and selling is in
Find a dude. That person has a quest.
Get on with it.
You a zombie troll? Got some real messed up eyes, my dude. Don't think they're quite working as intended right now.
We'll be done here. Yeah. Speak your piece.
Wait, was that a thing? I had to like recruit him?
I have what you seek.
I really need to pay more attention to these quest lines. Contains the gut ripper. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, we shouldn't sell that. Pardon me.
Always a pleasure.
Hey. You have a great day now.
I think I might try and just get this zone done and kind of wrap things up for the day. I'm feeling like... Actually, where am I? Oh, they're over there. That's why. My eyes are starting to get, like, really dry. I'm looking at the screen for too long. I do have, like, you know, blue light glasses or whatever to try and lessen that effect, but I took them off at some point, probably when I went for my break, and forgot to put them back on again. Obtain... How do I do this? Swim down to the bottom of the scar and save some snow. Okay. And I'm guessing I was given some sort of water breathing? Nope. Fun. That's pufferfish. I actually used to have a pufferfish. They're quite cool. You have to be like super careful with them though, not to like agitate them and stuff, otherwise they can puff up. As pufferfish will want to do. I'm pretty sure it's really bad for them. This is kind of in the same vein as like a bee's sting is its defense mechanism, but it's also like a last resort. It's weird the pufferfish are literally named after a thing that can potentially cause them a lot of harm. I feel like maybe we should have given them a slightly different name. So it's really odd that they didn't just, I don't know, put the snails on the floor. Like, why are they just swimming around? I know stuff about pufferfish. I don't know anything about sea snails. Like, do they just swim around? Is that a thing? I thought they'd have worked kind of like, you know, land snails and being on the ocean floor. Otherwise, they're basically just fish. A hate shrieker. Ow, okay. That does not sound friendly. It's literally a town filled with Karens, isn't it? They're all just hate shriekers. Oh, there's some dark summoners in here apparently too. And a gibbering ghoul. I got all the pieces I need yet? No. Some living rot. And an unseen. Okay, there's actually a bunch of stuff here. It's not just Karens. There's like actual mobs here too. Well, there's gotta be some stuff in these guys. There we go. Cultist robes. More living rot. Oh, there we go. Guessing makes a disguise that I need for something. Oh, I also need to make congealated rot? 7 pieces of living rot. Oh. I have exactly enough. What else do I need to do with it? Use the mortar and pestle to grind the living rot into congealed rot. Okay. Use the flasks on living elementals within Lake Merlin. I think I'm turning into a murloc with that pronunciation. Schmurl.
I must get closer.
Okay. Okay. I still have to kill them afterwards. Huh. I've already thought about this before, but you can literally make elementals out of any element, like periodic table element, right? Because these ones are literally made out of blight, which is technically a liquid, but it's not a water elemental. It's a blight elemental. Which means elementals can be made out of literally anything, not just like the, you know, generic 4 fantasy elements. Which I guess, yeah, it does make sense, right? Because there's fire and magma elementals that aren't the same thing. There's a bunch of different types of air and earth elementals from different places as well. I don't know why that never crossed my mind before. That makes a lot of sense. And is also far more interesting than just, you know, the standard fantasy elemental. Oh, where does that want me to go? Disturb the plague cauldron. Quick, let me turn myself into a cultist or whatever for a second. Do I need to do a specific amount? And put in 1 drop of the solution you made, no more, or you may risk your very life. I was about to throw in all 12. Yeah, it's fine. Just leave it. Don't worry. I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap things up after this, like, zone, just because I'm getting kind of tired. Just not great. But it is what it is.
We shall meet. Well met. Light bless you.
Speak quickly.
Nice statue built to. Oh, is this Light Hope? English? Light's Hope Chapel. Is the one from like the Wrath Death Knight intro and stuff, and also the Paladin Order Hall. I think also part of the Death Knight campaign. Could do the Trial of the Crypt. Why not? How do I access said crypt? Is it from within the chapel? Hello?
Need help? Go with honor, friend.
Read the incantation from. Oh. Cool, thanks guys. Just opened it for me anyway. Oh. How long I'm supposed to be down here? Those paladins are very protective, huh? Requires Lights of Chapel Crypt, but I just went down there and I got kicked out because I'm not a paladin. Make your mind up, game. What do you mean, this ruined ass thing behind it, which definitely isn't the crypt? I mean, I'm definitely in the crypt now, but, like... Okay, it's not this part of the crypt. I mean, if you wanted me to do it in a specific part of the crypt, you should have been more specific about which part of the crypt you wanted me to use it in.
That item is still recharging.
Right, okay, I've used it in literally every square of the chapel crypt, and it doesn't work. What do you want me to do? Enter the crypt behind Lights of Chapel and read the Argent Scroll, then complete its test. I've just done that, and it did nothing. Because this isn't the Lights of Chapel crypt. Oh, there's a lower section? Right, okay. Maybe that should say, enter the crypt behind Lighthope Chapel, go to the fucking bottom of it, and then use the scroll. He's dead. So we need to shave. I've got a lot of things I need to do. Well, on the upside, like, food's sorted. Did that this morning. Getting pretty good at just... I mean, it's not exactly a difficult thing, but browning meat for, like, putting in the crock pot and stuff. Quite satisfying, actually. Yeah, made a nice, chicken casserole. It's kind of weird. I really like the crock pot, but I don't think we'd ever have had one if the oven hadn't have, like, stopped working, pretty much. They're really useful. Because, like, it allows you to cook stuff without really doing much. Obviously they cook over time, it's a slow cooker. You just prepare everything in the morning, throw everything in. And then you leave it while you go and do everything else, and then you just come back and you've got a, you know, a bowl full of food that might last you 2 days if you've done it right. Oh, there's another quest here. Is it in there? Yep. Bury the light touch blades in the bodies of 10 slain Scourge troopers. Okay. It's the plant flags and dead things quest. Yep, that's a pretty common one, that one.
How fortunate.
No. It's actually a rare alive around here. I did not expect that. I definitely expected every rare to be dead within like a 2-mile radius of this chapel, considering it's the paladin camp. And somehow paladin healers are like still top DPSing sometimes, which is insane to me. I guess because one of their talents like does damage when things hit the tank that they're healing or whatever, which is kind of a cool mechanic. I do need to give Paladin, like, healer a go again at some point. It's one of those things, like, I still haven't tried out Shadow Priest either, where it's like... they're supposedly super good, and like, I've seen Shadow Priests and Paladin healers being insane damage-wise. But I don't fully understand how they function, or why that is, because I've never played them. I feel like it would be a good idea to kind of expand my knowledge base in that area.
Need help?
These undead Scarlet Crusade? Or are these just regular Scarlet Crusade?
Be careful.
Scarlet Crusade creatures, so probably no. I mean, I'm 9% sure that was the undead model. It is. Feels weird the Scarlet Crusade would just continue living. I guess they're part of the Scourge. Because I feel like if the Scarlet Crusade got turned into undead and they had any knowledge of that fact, or control, they would just set themselves on fire. Considering the amount of, like, atrocities and stuff that the Scarlet Crusade have committed. Just to stop the undead. I don't think they'd appreciate being made into them. Probably why Arthur's turned them into undead, to be fair. To take the abbey and to take the barracks. Oh, that's cool. We're actually, like, slowly taking over the town or whatever. I like that. I like quests in this game that actually, like, change the world around you and progress things. Because it is really jarring sometimes when you've played through a questline. Oh, it's a lot of quests. You've played through a questline and then suddenly everything is alive again because you just... the respawn timer on the mobs is so short. Like, with animals, it doesn't... I can kind of excuse it because it's the wilds and, like, you know, animals might wander in from different directions and stuff, so them, like, instantly coming back kind of doesn't feel super odd. But when it's just like bosses or like areas where you've sieged it and then suddenly all of the things are back again, it just feels weird. Whereas like when they actually take the effort to have a progressive quest line that kind of changes the zone around you and stuff, it's really cool. And feels like you're actually impacting the world. Like it does in, you know, other RPGs when you make a certain decision or kill a certain character or whatever, right? Like it changes the world around you. Which is kind of hard to pull off in like an MMO because obviously it's a world filled with all these other characters. But I feel like these quests are kind of the best way of doing it, where it just shows like one small area changes or whatever, right? Like it's not the entire map shifting or like some important character being killed off in everyone's world or whatever. Like it's just your little pocket that you've affected, right? And anybody else who's done the same thing can see the same world as you. But these are done in that, like, I don't think these are instanced. These are the ones where you can still see people running around and doing stuff in these zones, even if you haven't, like, progressed the story to that point. To my knowledge, anyway. Although some of the things that are instants in this game are just weird. I was doing some questing, I think, with Kyle at some point. Huntsman Leopold is going to be outside, isn't he? Yep. Yeah, I was doing some questing with Kyle at some point, and he started a new character in the Draenei starting zone, and for some reason that whole island is, like, instanced until you reach level 10. But also, if you have, what is it, a time walking campaign on, that entire island is instanced as well. It's like, these are core parts of the game now. I don't understand why it's just randomly instancing things. I don't know. There's just a bunch of tiny things that kind of need tweaks, I think.
See you around.
Really. Doesn't really interfere with much in, like, the current game, I guess. It's more just people wanting to do stuff through old content.
See you later.
I definitely feel like the time walking campaign system has room for improvement. Oh, this is cool. We're like actually invading the place by just opening portals and rooms and stuff. Which honestly seems like the most effective way of doing anything in this universe. Because all you really have to do is send in like a mage and a powerful enough rogue. And you can take anywhere in the Warhammer universe because it's Warhammer? Warcraft. What you need to do is sneak somebody in. Alright, there's an assassin somewhere in here. Was sent by the name of Rohan. We have intel that places him atop the bell tower in the very abbey. Find him and kill him. Okay, so he's up. Yeah, there's just like weird instant stuff, but I like it. Okay. Maybe fly on the top. Yep, that works. Alright, it's just a hole in the top. But yeah, I like these questlines that affect things and don't instant stuff. It just shows slightly different things for each people, depending on their progress in the questline. I'm surprised Blizzard isn't doing... Well, they might be. I haven't played through Shadowlands stuff yet. But if they're wanting to focus on more, you know, RPG mechanics and making impactful decisions and stuff, then this is the way to do it, is actually having like quest lines
Safe travels.
that affect the world and change the way that you kind of perceive things without impacting the game to the degree where people can't play together. That it? Which walked in, shot a guy, leave? Cool. Yeah, having more quest lines like this where you go to a place, you make a decision on who takes this castle, or you lead an assault on somewhere and then there's like a battle taking place there rather than what was before like an enemy occupied thing, and you know, like things actually progress and change as you play through a zone. I feel like that's far more impactful and gives you more of that RPG feeling than just, oh, I picked the green boys because now I have slappy hands. Or, you know, whatever. Like, the Covenants don't really feel... Why did the caravan move back to here? Interesting. Caravan just teleported backwards for some reason. I was coming over here to hand stuff in.
Good day to you. Very good.
Or is this where it stopped? This looks... No, this is the same place, right? Because...
What can I do?
Who's this guy?
Go with honor, friend.
Or did I just go to Lights of Chapel by me? I don't know. I can't remember. Stuff. Yeah, having more quests that have a progression and change the world I think would be a good idea. And I hope there's more of that in Shadowlands. Nice. How many more we gotta go from here? It doesn't want to tell me. Oh, there we go. 2 more. Oh, there's also a quest over here. Oh, the big ghost from the crypt wants to talk to me. Oh, I killed Rattleghoul. Silver Hand of Strathholm. Wait, are they dungeon quests? Yep. Oh, I'm stuck on a fence. Oh, another new gun. It's the wrong one. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's like an old version of the Shah model. It's like that, but less advanced. And lower poly, but it's kind of nice. Might work for like an undead hunter or something. Can I jump up here? Oh, I can. I thought it was going to be too short being a mechanome, but apparently I can make it.
I require a target.
I thought my barrage was up. It is now. There we go.
I must get closer.
Okay, we do actually have to go this way. Cool.
Too far away.
To be fair, I do still just really like this gun that I've got.
I am out of range.
This is very much that like old sci-fi
Too far away.
gun look. Although I am a fan of that, like blending sci-fi and fantasy stuff together.
I must get closer.
I know someone who's like super against that,
Far
but
away.
personally I think it makes things more interesting a lot of the time. Especially when you take sci-fi ideas and put a twist on them that makes them fit more into the fantasy universe. Kind of like the reverse of there are orcs in 40k because they're aliens, which is the same as Warcraft, funnily enough, as well. Blades buried. Oh, okay, forgot about that. Oh, the assassins don't count as Scourge. Whoops. Also, let's just kill this guy. Can I put a sword in him? Because he's technically a member of the Scourge. Nope. What about you? Nope. Okay, you're being awkwardly specific about what you're counting as Scourge, my boy. Thought it was just all undead that followed the Lich King was the Scourge, but apparently not. Has to be Scourge Troopers. Of which there are precisely 0 that I can see around here in this zone that you've highlighted me, but... They're assassins. That's a Death Singer. More assassins. Skull Mages, Chattering Storm. That's kind of cool. Just a storm of heads. A cool enemy design. There really no Scourge Troopers here? That's where it's telling me to go. Corpses of any Scourge Trooper you find. The blade is simple, but its enchantment will prevent the dead bones from being reanimated forever. That keeps them permanently dead. That's cool. But it doesn't work. Oh, there we go. It has to be these blue ones. There's a red one there too. So it's the skeletons, not the actual undead guys, like, you know. I mean, technically skeletons are undead, yes, but like... You've got liches that kind of have some flesh left, you've got the flayers who are like zombies and stuff, which is kind of why... In my head, that's what the Scourge is, right? Not piles of skeletons. But there are skeletons everywhere, like even in places where there aren't Scourge and stuff, necessarily. I guess they kind of all fall under that umbrella. To be fair, I put ghosts in that bracket, so I guess skeletons do make sense. It's kind of weird they have like loot sparkles on them. I don't think any enemy has that outside of this that I've seen. Generally it's just the like golden circle. I guess they added the sparkles because they're like smaller models and generally the gold circles blend in unless it's a bigger model. That makes sense.
Well done. Light bless you. Ah,
I feel like this is another one of these streams where... Oh, there's another quest back there apparently. Another one of these streams where I'm like, oh, this will only take like an hour and then we'll go do the other thing and it will be great. And then it's 2.5 hours later and we're still on the first block that I set out for this.
we will persevere. We will have justice.
Got 2 quests to go back to Fiona. Yeah, I didn't think it'd take us this long to play through these 2 zones, then we're going to go do the Burning Crusade ones, but that's going to have to wait till tomorrow now. But it should mean we have Eastern Kingdoms done today, and then Outland tomorrow? Maybe? Actually, I don't know. I don't know if I have to look after my nephew tomorrow. I don't know if I can, with like new lockdown restrictions.
How may I help you?
Who knows?
Cheerio.
Oh yeah, he's like friendly now.
Press on. Ashes.
Obtain the body of the ward.
Good fortune. Remember the lesson.
Obtain 30 moss flare eyes. Right, okay, so we only have to kill 15 of them, right? And not 200, like with every other quest where it's go and collect bear hands or whatever. Bear hands? Bear paws. But you kill a bear and it drops 0 paws despite having 4. Well, this is 4 eyes, right? It actually gave me 4 eyes. They actually applied logic to a quest? They did. I approve. Wow. That thing I've been complaining about for like years. Ever since Cataclysm. They actually
How fortunate.
fixed it in this. This questline actually... Oh, no, that one had 1. I guess they're undead, actually. So for once, the one quest that actually does work properly is the one quest where I'm like, well, actually, it kind of makes sense for some of them to not have 2 eyes. Because they're, like, decaying and falling apart, right? But they can do it. They can do it properly. They can give them 2 eyes. When they have 2 eyes. Why is this not the way every quest works in this game? I understand the design decision of it from like the classic perspective, because in classic, killing mobs and stuff was supposed to be part of the questing experience, like grinding through killing things. So it kind of makes sense that they don't have like 100% drop rates on everything. But I don't feel like that's really part of the experience anymore, so it feels odd that there are still quests that do that. Oh, okay, he just leaped into the flames. I wasn't expecting that. I kind of liked that undead guy. He was cool. Now he's very dead. Well, I guess he's double dead. Still. Oh, good. You guys have more quests.
Baladash, Malanore. Blessings upon you. Good health, long life.
That sounds like a Pandaren line, not something a Draenei should be saying, but okay. Is this more just kill quests? Kill quests. There you go. Where is this worm? It's one of those things where they mark the, like, one end of the patrol path, but not the other. Also, where's the guy I'm supposed to be doing this quest with? He dead? Oh. Okay, well, he's not in the other end of the trench. Is he in the other end of the trench on the other side of the road, maybe? Anything I can think of. Also, if he's dead, does that mean, oh no, he's alive again. Okay, cool. Oh, and so is he. Nice. I was just worried for a second there if he died during that quest, completely out of my control, if I would not be able to get the achievement for completing the caravan thing.
I offer service with a smile. I run a stand-up business.
Hey, how you doing?
Victory lies ahead.
I feel like sometimes my spacebar just gets stuck, and rather than just going down nicely, it just thumps down onto the keyboard. I'm not entirely sure why it does that. Might be worth getting some compressed air at some point and just blasting underneath. In case there's like some hair stuck underneath or something. Oh, it's literally this book on the floor. I'm looking. Because yeah, I'd appreciate it not just banging midstream when I try and press jump for some reason. So why is that all the way over there? I used to have it like over here. I don't know. I'm just gonna put it there. It's sort of out of the way there, I guess.
We will persevere. Salama Ashalanore.
Are we done here? Apparently. Grants chance to knock enemies a short distance in the air on successful attack. Oh, I see, you can only pick like one or the other. What's this one do? Grants a chance to cast a spell self-heal when killing creatures with Eastern Plague Lands. That's quite cool. Just occasionally heal yourself by shooting things? Oh no, he feels bad about his dwarven friend he's been bullying the whole time. Oh god, you've still got another 2 things to do. The Strathhome is just up there. Oh yeah, we've got 2 more places to go to, I guess, on the caravan. Oh, this is taking longer than I expected. Just really want to get this done.
Anu Belore Delana. Death to all who oppose us.
Oh, there we go. 7 the Eldritch Crusade. Just got 1 left to do then. Okay. Well, let's try and blast through this, because it's like 5 minutes to 3 o'clock now, which is usually when we finish streaming. Still got like half an hour to go on like the 3-hour countdown. Right. Kill things, and why did I not pick up the flight path? And get locations and stuff, right? I'm assuming it will still be mostly murder things to get things, but... Well, I've beat a lot of them. I didn't really get any information. So I got called a mechanome pig, I think, several times.
I am out of range.
Wait, if I got everything? I have, I'm just murdering them for no reason. Including that infected deer, I apologize. Although from what I remember of zombie films, infected deer are like, you know, you don't mess with those. Apparently Barrage just doesn't go through walls up here, which is odd. Considering other the other abilities do. Actually, I think it just depends on some terrain. Like, some terrain just isn't counted as actual... solid terrain is, like, counted as something you can see through or whatever. It's weird. I'm also pretty sure I've been up there before to do archaeology. When I was trying to get the fossil raptor mount thing. Which I still need to get.
What do you offer?
I just can't be bothered to grind out
A coin spent here.
archaeology. Especially not BFA archaeology. No, it's another cauldron we're probably going to blow up. So this is a really, like, dreary zone, but, like, it's super cool looking.
Anaria Shola.
Got a lot of atmosphere to it.
The reckoning is at hand. Can I help you?
I think I got the store mount dog thing. Hey, bud. Oh, they got Death Knights guarding the doors. I have to bring the Baroness missives to somewhere. Oh, it's back to there.
Our enemies will fall. Remember the Sunwell.
I do remember the Sunwell. It was broken for like several months and you couldn't go there, so you couldn't finish the Nightborn questline. I remember the Sunwell very well.
Victory lies ahead.
Oh, can I do something with this guy?
I need to target something first.
He's got like a thing underneath him. I guess I don't have the quest for that bit yet. I do have a vague recollection of this quest. Not from me doing it, but from, I think, helping Kyle do it at some point while we were, like, first leveling. Because I think I went off to Kalimdor and did, like, Desolus and somewhere else. And he stayed here and did, yeah, Eastern Plaguelands and stuff. I just wanted to see what things were like over there in Kalimdor. Yeah, we got like a badass Tauren with us now as well. Oh, and the ghost of thingy. So he gets up and starts doing his Russian dance. Beautiful.
Aye. See you soon.
I gotta go speak with Fiona somewhere, and also there's a marker on my map here for some reason.
Open for business.
Yeah, let me just vendor some stuff to you before we leave.
I run a stand-up business here.
Do you?
What brings you here?
What is this marker on my map? No idea. How do I get out of here as well? Which way did we come in? Here, I'm guessing. Yeah, what is this marker on the map? No idea. Pretty sure I have to do something with those spirits eventually as well.
I must get closer.
I keep doing that. My brain just like turns off for 5 seconds and I just start murdering things. I was doing it before when we were doing another like leveling thing where I just went into autopilot and just killed everything rather than actually looting the items I needed. I'm not entirely sure why I do it, but I think it might be to do with just the fact that so many quests are just go kill things, and then you do another quest alongside it that's like, oh, you need to also loot this like specific mob 20 times or whatever. I'm actually curious if that... I don't even know if that ability's still in the game. There was a Shadow Priest ability where they could cast a thing at you and it would cause you to turn into like an AoE zone. So wherever you were, it would AoE around you. Which we used to clear some like raids and stuff when we were farming mounts. If that's still a thing, I wonder if that's AoE capped or not. Because that would make mount farming super fast if you could get both people in there. And get like a monk or a hunter with all the speed boosts and stuff. What am I trying to set fire to? Overstuffed golem corpses burned. Not seen any of those. I've seen a bunch of infected deers, and I also need to free spirits. Oh. I am doing a quest for those. Let's see.
I'm out of range.
Right, okay, and you also have to talk to them. Oh, there's a golem. Cool. It's the corpse I have to burn, isn't it? Burn the corpse, yep. I thought I needed something to, like, sanctify them or whatever, right, to get the progress, but apparently you just talk to them, that's fine. Well, could have had this done, like, 5 minutes ago, that's fine. It's finding these golems that's a pain. They seem to be very rare. No, that's a Scourge soldier. There we go. Right, okay. Can at the very least hand these in. That's some progress. I just don't know where all these, like, big guys are, because I just don't see them anywhere.
Greetings. Be careful.
Nope, still need to do that one. Nope, there's one. I just hoping we don't need loads of these. We need 8. Okay. Although there seems to be a few around here. Yeah, there is. Nice. There's loads here, actually. Not found any for ages, then we just found like 5 of them all next to each other. Come on, I need 2 more. It's all just bats over here, apparently. Oh, there's one. Okay. It'd be nice if it kind of marked them like hunter pets when they're like tracking beasts and stuff. That would have been helpful. Just because they were so spread out and the search area they gave you was massive. And I remember doing this quest as well, the destroying the gore beasts. Is these big like dogs, isn't it? Do I just cast this? Place an ancient light well which reanimates, may not place ancient light wells. Do I need to place more of these? Or do I just kill these guys? Okay, yeah, I do need to place like several per thing, I think. Yep, 3 per thing, okay. That's easy enough. That one isn't doing anything? Cool. That means I also can't place one over there, because it has to be like 10 feet apart from each other or whatever. Gotta practice, you know, safe social distancing with these light wells, apparently. Fuck off. It's too far away from the thing to cast at it, but it's too close for me to now place another light well. Oh, apparently I can just put one right in the middle of that. That's fine, is it? That definitely wasn't 10 feet apart or whatever the thing was. "10 yards, I think. It definitely wasn't, because isn't yards like 12 feet or something like that? I don't know. I don't remember those dumb measurements, to be honest. Centimeters and meters and stuff make way more sense.
And you are. Beware. Trust no one.
I always do this when I'm streaming. I decide to put on, like, you know, a nice, warm, comfy jumper, because it's kind of cold, it's wintry.
Dark Lady, watch over you.
And then, like, a couple hours into the stream, it starts to become kind of a pain, because it's, it gets real warm. when you're streaming with like a PC just sat next to you. I should just start wearing like hoodies or whatever while I'm streaming, like zip down ones.
Congratulations.
That way I can always just mute my mic and just, you know, take off the hoodie rather than like now just being slightly overheated. I need to find 3 more pigs. Okay. Yep, got 2 over here. Nice.
Quick about your business. Beware the lady.
That's also something kind of weird that I keep noticing every time I go on like Facebook now. It's all just like, well not all, but like every 5 posts it's another thing about Supernatural. Which, I mean sure, I'd probably talk about a whole bunch of ghost stuff in proximity to my phone quite a lot. But one thing I haven't watched in ages is actually Supernatural the TV show. But for some reason I keep getting posts about it. And I don't know why. Because I haven't looked it up on anything, so it's not going to be in any like data anywhere. I don't think I'm following any sort of group to do with it on Facebook. So I don't know why I just keep getting recommended like Supernatural posts about stuff. There was one yesterday about them like butchering the demons in the show or whatever, because they went from menacing to comical or something like that, but it's like, I don't care. I don't watch this show anymore. I don't know why you keep telling me about it. Just to be fair, I've noticed a lot with just random things. Like, I guess I'm not signed up to enough of those things where it's like, we can personalize your ads or whatever, because half the ads I get have nothing to do with anything I'm interested in. Like, I still get them, it's a different set of anime adverts, but I still keep getting adverts about anime games. I have, like, a very clear stance against games that have, like, anime graphics, in general. Like, I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who really like it, and there's nothing wrong with, like, wanting to do stuff in that art style. Just personally, not a fan. I don't think it looks very good, like, at all. I've never liked it in any game that has done it. The only one I've ever really played that had it was, that Dark Souls ripoff. So-called Banshee Queen. As an apothecary, I used to admire her, but something changed within her. She's not herself anymore. I broke my vows for the sake of enjoying the crusade. Now I use my knowledge of alchemy to seek a counter-plague agent. And the Plague Wood is the perfect place to do so. Any resupply agents we found in the Plague Wood, I'll pay you if you can find these items. Right, okay. Well, I got the berries immediately. Where do I get the arms from? Do I just kill random Scourge, or do I loot them off the ground?
I must get closer.
Because they're not dropping any, despite having 2 arms per model. They're not, like, dropping off randomly, are they? They're not, like, lootable things around them? No? Also, I'm out of the circle now, so I guess maybe they don't drop out here. But yeah, ads, just kind of dumb. Oh, they are just random items on the floor. But, sure. They do kind of... Oh, okay, that one actually waves around and stuff. They move, I guess. That kind of helps. I was gonna say they do blend in with the floor quite well, but... I guess they tried to compensate for that by making them animate. There's one there too. Oh, that was one there. No, that was just the floor. These are really awkward to find. Because they are genuinely the same as the floor, because the floor is just covered in bones. Like I've walked out of the zone again, what? Let's try the other zone that it leads to over here, I guess. Wait, there was one there? Oh, there is. Okay, if I fly from high enough, they do just show up on the floor. What was one there too? Come on. Just need one more. Let's go get the foot, I guess. Oh, there's one next to the foot, which is outside of the circle. Of course it is. Let me guess, there was a whole bunch of them outside of the zones that it actually highlighted. That's another quest to go into Stratholme, isn't it?
Speak quickly. Farewell.
Nice. One last quest then, I guess. Oh, I guess that marker on the map was constantly pointing to Fiona, because technically she was in that building, but it wouldn't let me talk to her. It's good. It's fine. It's perfectly fine that there are still quest lines that are broken from, like, 10 years ago. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's not like they've had time to fix any of this stuff. To be fair, they do have to keep making new expansions all the time, and MMOs aren't, like, small undertakings. And they essentially kind of have to remake the Skyrim map every couple years or whatever, which is kind of a big deal.
I have what you seek. The only honest merchants are Gilnean
Nice.
merchants.
That actually is the end. We got the Gloves of the Journey's End. Did we not recruit everyone for her caravan then? Did we miss somebody? We got Loremaster of the Eastern Kingdoms, so, oh well. Yeah, we did miss somebody. Beazle Linkspanner, apparently, is somebody that I could have recruited. I mean, I guess I probably still could if I went and found the quest for it. Oh wait, he's right here.
Ah, potential customer.
There we go.
Be good.
Right, I guess there we have it for today. Almost exactly 3 hours, somehow. But we did it. We managed to finish Loremaster of the Eastern Kingdoms, which is a pretty big undertaking in itself. And we also now have just a couple zones left to do for Outland. It's just Nagrand and Shadowmoon Valley, which I think those are technically longer quest chains, so that might take us a couple streams. I was kind of hoping I could roll it into this one, because I thought these would be shorter, but apparently not. Nagrand is 8, and Shadowmoon is another 8, but I think I've already done a couple of those on the main, which is what I was going to do them on. So I should just be able to pick those up and carry those on from like halfway through, so we should get a little bit of advantage. It should only take us about the same amount of time, I hope. So that should be the stream either tomorrow or Thursday, depending on how things go. So that should be fun. I'm not doing a gold farming stream this week, I don't think. I'm just going to concentrate on doing this, because this is kind of a big undertaking in itself, as I keep mentioning, and it is something I want to try and get done. I'd like to have Loremaster by the end of Shadowlands, you know. We've done Legion, we've done Kultiris, we've done Eastern Kingdoms now. We're only a couple away from Outland. We've got a bunch of them started in Northrend, so that should be easy to pick up and finish. The ones that are going to take the longest are like Pandaria, Cataclysm, Draenor, and then Shadowlands itself, and probably Kalimdor, but I think... One second. I think Kalimdor's kind of the same thing as Northrend, where a bunch of characters have gone through it, but are missing like 1 or 2 quests in the zone. With the Foam Sword being fixed, we should just be able to go back and fix all those quests up and finish those up. I think there's probably a couple on the Druid that I started, and there's a couple on the Warrior I started over there, I'm pretty sure. So we should be able to pick those up, carry those on. So that'll probably be the biggest section that we do. But it should be Outland on either tomorrow or Thursday, and then probably Kalimdor or potentially Northrend on Friday. But we should have fun with that, and hopefully make some pretty good progress. I'm not sure what we 100% get from finishing this, other than like a tabard, I think, and a title, but we shall see. Hope you guys have enjoyed. It's been a much more chill stream today. I don't feel like I said a whole lot. I don't know if that was better or worse, but it's how it was. I hope that's okay. I hope it was fun. And I'll see you guys again, hopefully tomorrow or Thursday.